up.
Team Not Broke fam, we're here, and it's Wednesday. You know what time it is. It's time for the Wednesday Wins. Thank y'all for tuning back in. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's Cheap Not Broke Live on a Wednesday. It's the Wednesday Win. Let's hit it. About ownership, and ownership is going away. I don't know if you realize this or not, but over the last few years, I realized I started thinking about it. I said, man, you really can't have nothing. You can't have nothing. I want a lot of things that you once owned, that once belonged to you, no longer do. No longer do. And I thought about this when I was watching Netflix. I said, if I wanted to keep, because a movie I like is going away. And I'm like, well, if I can't keep the movie, well then shit, I don't own it. And I can't stop the movie from going away from the platform. The movie's going to go away. It's gone. I'm like, oh, well, going away in 3 days. I like this movie. I want to be able to watch it all the time, whenever I want. Whenever I feel like watching a movie, I want to watch it. But then it goes to some other platform, and now I got to pay again to watch the same movie. You know, I'm like, damn, you don't own nothing. Because at one point in time, you used to own DVDs, DVD player, right? You used to own the DVD player. You used to be able to play a DVD whenever you wanted, as long as you didn't scratch it up. Go to the store, buy it, DVD, Blu-ray, VHS. We still got VHS tapes at home. We used to own all these things. All these things you used to be able to own them. Not no more. No more. Now you got to pay for streaming all the time. And look, here's the thing. Tell me this. With all the movies that are on the platform, you still have a hard time finding something to watch. It's like, man, it's like, you're going through. It's kind of hard sometimes to find something to watch. And it's all kind of things available to you to watch. Whole lot of things available to you to watch. But you just, you just can't figure it out. Now, of course, it's got to be your taste, but I think sometimes it overwhelms you with all the movies. Now, VHS, we used to go to Blockbuster and get the movie. Probably get 2 movies, 3 at the most, and you're going to watch them. I'm going to watch these 3 movies, then I'm going to take them back. So you didn't have 5, 10, 20 movies to choose from when you're renting a movie. If you like the movie, I think at a certain point in time, you can buy the movie. You can't do that no more. I just sold a DVD cabinet with DVDs in it. Oh, you just showed a DVD cabinet with DVDs. Do you still have a DVD player? Do you still have that? I think I still got a DVD player. Somewhere in there. I got to hook it up to a computer or whatnot, but I still got a DVD player in here. Yeah, I'm curious to see. Do you still have a DVD player? So the DVD with DVDs in it. Man, I still got some DVDs here. I still got some DVDs. I don't even think you can get DVDs on there, like burn them on to your computer so you can watch them. I don't even know if you can do that. I used to have you. Now, do you remember a burner? You remember the burner? You used to have the computer with 2 CDs. You have one, then copy the other. The burner. I used to sell CDs. I used to burn CDs in high school and take them and resell them for money. But can't do that no more. Can't do that no more. You can't reach. This stuff is streaming. You can't even download it and do anything with it, let alone try to sell it. Heck no. But overall, you're going to be paying in perpetuity. And let me tell you something. Netflix buying Warner Brothers, price is about to get stupid. They're about to get stupid. I wonder why they're selling in the first place. I haven't done any research. I really want to figure out why the hell they're selling in the first place. Warner Brothers is iconic. What you mean? It's not going to be no more Warner Brothers? The WB is gone? The WB. And then we're going to get to the end of Netflix. Boom. They just got that little tune. That's what we're going to go to? Come on, man. Warner Brothers is very nostalgic. So is New Line Cinema and Columbia Pictures. They are nostalgic. They made a lot of good movies. You remember Columbia Pictures? You remember New Line Cinema? Yes, you do. Just my PS3, I have one of those attachable DVD players that you can attach to your computer that I never used. I got the same one. I got the same DVD player. I got the same one you attach to your computer too. I need to watch it. One of my old comedy specials. I need to do that. I need to watch that. But yeah, you can't own DVDs no more. You can't own that. You can't own music anymore. Speaking of DVDs, CDs. You can't own music anymore. You remember when the iPod came out? That was the beginning of the end. iPod Touch. You put the music on there, and then, now it's on there. You can't do that now. Now, do we have more access to music? Yeah. But you got to pay for it every month. But you got access to everything. Everything in the world. You got access to it. So, you can't own music anymore. You remember cassette tapes? You used to have cassette tapes. Then you went to DVDs. From DVDs, you went digital. And now we're digital. Everything's digital. Kids don't even think about owning a physical copy of anything. You remember DVDs? Well, not so much DVDs. CDs. You remember you used to get a CD, and when you got your CD, you would go through. You had the book. The artist used to do the whole photo shoot of the book. So you take the cover out and just go through, look at the book for a minute, and they used to do all that. Man, that used to be great. They used to have skits. They used to do skits on CDs. Sometimes you get the double disc. You get 22 tracks, 10 on each disc. You used to have that. Not no more. Not no more. No more DVDs. Can't own it. Books are Audible now. Now you can still buy a physical book. Most books you can still get a physical copy of a book. However, a lot of people are using Audible and all this other stuff now. So you don't own those books. You can download them, but if you don't pay for the service, you can't access them. And if Audible goes away, you don't access those books no more. They're not in your possession, so you can't be like, well, let me just download it and let it sit on my hard drive. Can't do that. Maybe they might have a situation where you can download a book. I'm sure you can still download books, but not all. Not all. I'm sure some are just for rent. Everything is for rent now. No ownership, for rent. And then like I said, the music. You just download it, or you can download it and listen to it offline, but you can't listen to it off platform. You can't listen to Spotify music off of Spotify's platform. No. Apple Music can't listen to it off of its platform. No. It won't let you download it onto your hard drive, so you'll have the CD, whatever it is, to listen to it on your own time. No, can't do that. Can't do that. Cars getting phased out. Leasing over buying cars. But people still buy and own cars because you don't want to pay on a car forever and have restrictions on how many miles you can go and all this other stuff. You got to pay a fee. You don't want to deal with none of that. Software lock features, heated seats, more start subscriptions. Now I see you're not going to be able to own the car because they're going to make payments on it, and you're going to have to pay a subscription to keep the car updated and keep the car doing what it's supposed to do. Probably going to have to pay a monthly subscription. So I can see you owning the car outright going away. I can see it going away. Because, shit. Like I say, right now, I don't know how true it is, but, with the Teslas, if you don't do what Tesla wants you to do, they can make the car drive in, cut off, all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. A female co-worker was laughing at me because I would go to work with my CD player. The next day, she brought me a MP3 player. Yeah, man, you can't walk around no CD player, that big clunky thing. And then, then the CD gets scratched. The CD is no longer any good. But hey, I used to have a CD player. I used to have, man, whoa. Did I listen to CDs all through high school? Yeah. No. Yeah. I was in CDs. I was on CDs all through high school. I went digital my freshman year of college. So a lot of things changed from my senior year. 2005, a lot of stuff changed. I went digital with the music. I used to only have my music on my computer. And I think that was it. But I still have my book of CDs. I still got my book of CDs. So all my mixtapes. You remember mixtapes used to download a whole bunch of songs out of order and put them together, kind of like a playlist now. You know, playlist before the playlist, it was a mixtape. You would download a bunch of songs in random order and put them on the CD, and there you go, have a mixtape. And name it whatever you want. I had one called Slow Jam. I had one called, Autumn Jams, Hood Tunes, all kind of stuff. I used to name my DVDs all kind of stuff. And then I got fancy. You know, I used to get the ink, the printer, and print the label, because you know you used to do that. You'd be able to run the printer, the DVD label or the CD label through your printer. So I print something out, print on a nice little fancy label. I was in there. CDs, yes sir, they used to do that. But yeah, we're talking about cars. Cars, they can be shut down by the owner, so you don't technically own it. If they always have access to the car, do I really own the car? They can shut my car down? Come on. BMW. Oh wow. Examples: BMW heated seats subscription, Tesla software controlled range, GM OnStar features behind paywalls. Then you got the housing costs, rising corporate landlords, BlackRock, Innovation Homes. A lot of these people, you know, you're gonna rent forever. They're never gonna sell you the home, and these people are buying up all the houses. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be renting house from the people. They're gonna find all kind of fees to charge you with. You're gonna be paying for all kind of bullshit, and you're gonna be unhappy doing that. I'm trying to tell you. But they are buying up a large amount of homes. That is quite true. They are buying a lot of homes. That means reducing the cost of American people realizing the American dream, quote unquote. I think the American dream is for the banks, because they're making all the money off the loans. I think the American dream is secretly about the banks, and they probably put out that slogan. That's what I think. HOA control what you do with your property. With property you own. You own it, right? But HOA, you can't paint the house this color. You can't do this. You can't do that. Nope. Don't do that. Property taxes mean you never truly own the land. Nope, because you got to pay rent on the land every year. You paid to own it, now you got to pay it every year to keep it. Accessory restrictions, solar panels, all this other stuff. Yeah, that's true. They're trying to, they're buying up more houses. So with these corporate landlords, they're gonna hit you with all kind of fees and all kind of BS. You're gonna be in that house forever, never owning it. Can't sell it. Can't get no equity in the home. Can't do it. Another thing is the subscription. You don't own anymore. Remember, you used to go buy the software for like Microsoft XP. You used to own it until you wanted to buy something else. You keep it for a couple years. Not now. No, now you got Microsoft Office. You got to pay a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription, so you never own it. Well, at one point in time, they would come out with new software every 3 years, something like that. You owned it. You didn't have to pay for it. Now, you got to pay for Microsoft software every damn month, or once a year, or however you want to pay it, but you got to pay it. You don't own it. Adobe Photoshop, you no longer can purchase outright. You can only rent it. Antivirus software, rent it. You can only get it every year. You got to pay yearly renewals. Come on, man. This stuff used to be for sale. You used to be able to buy it, and then if you didn't want to buy it for a couple years, you didn't have to. Not now. Adobe Photoshop. Microsoft Office, man, I hate that. They got Teams on there. Now I got to pay every year. I got to pay for it. What if I like the version I have? I don't want the newest version. Well, you can't do that. You got to pay for the new one. You going to spend the money or not? That's exactly what they're doing to us. Phones and electronics. Phones are designed to be non-repairable. Right to repair restrictions. So yes, these phones, they're designed to die every 5, 6 years, 7 years at max. They're designed not to work anymore. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. They're built to fail. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. So you take care of stuff all you want. At some point, the internal stuff is gonna go bad or whatever the case, and then you're back out there trying to buy some more bullshit. Yep, the banks are winning. Or if you have tons of money to buy property in cash. Yep, you can buy property in cash. You're all right. You're doing okay. Very good. But a lot of people cannot do that. So you got to make it work another way. But yeah, as far as the phones, they're going to keep you. You should be able to keep a phone about 15 years. 10, 15 years. The apps, nothing changing like that overnight for you to have to go buy a phone every contract year, every 4 or 5 years. Nah, you should be able to keep it longer than that. But they mess up. Batteries mess up. Internal stuff. All kind of stuff happens. I take fairly good care of my phone because I don't want to buy a new one. But stuff always happens. Y'all remember when I did that rant a couple months ago about that? I don't want to go back to it. Let's see. Always don't like gaming. Fashion and luxury. Designer rentals replacing purchases. Sneaker subscriptions and resale platforms controlling access. Authentication app required to resell. Fashion and luxury. Designer rentals replacing businesses purchases. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Sneaker subscription and resale platforms controlling access. What does that mean? Sneaker subscriptions and resale platforms controlling. Yeah, I don't know what that means. But anyway, I remember Nike made a big mistake pulling their shoes out of the stores. They shouldn't have did that. But we're gonna move on. Financial products, stocks held in street name. Broker technically owns them. Crypto on examples. Payment apps freezing funds. Okay. Transportation and mobility. Oh yeah. So I was reading there, like Uber's CEO said, well, one day nobody will need to own a car. They're going to have to pay us. No. Why would you want to do that? Always have to pay and wait for Uber to go everywhere? No. I'd rather drive my car. No thanks. But transportation and mobility, yeah, Uber, they want to get it to where you always have to pay. People don't have cars. They're always paying them. Nope. Scooter and bike subscription. Hold on. Let's see. What else? Ownership. Oh yeah. You always have to pay for storage. You thought you owned the storage or whatever. You have to pay for that. So I bought some hard drives. So I own that. Because I'm not trying to pay monthly fees on storage every month. Y'all get them. No, not trying to do it. Not interested. But that's what they try to make you do. Nickel and dime, you get more money out you. All that good stuff. Hello, son. Hello, mother. Thank you for watching. Josh Brown, thank you for watching. And everybody who's on right now, thank you all for watching. What are we talking tonight? Lost my train of thought. Dang. Ownership is going away. They want you to own less and less and less. They want you to keep paying and paying and paying and paying and paying. That's what they want you to do. You can't have that. Let's see. Ongoing ownership is going away. So, wait. But yeah, that's a list. What does ownership mean? Yeah, you can't really own that. You gotta pay for everything. Everything is for rent. Forever. You're gonna have to pay on Netflix forever. I mean, how much have we paid in Netflix if you had over the last 3 years? How much you've paid in? Quite a bit. Paid in quite a bit. But hey, that's how they make their money, I guess. Well, I know. I know. That's how they make their money. So, it is what it is. We're gonna go to break real quick. We're gonna be right back. we're back. We're talking you don't own nothing. They want you to pay forever on everything. That's what we're talking about. Houses, cars, whatever the case. But I definitely remember that lady mentioning, the CEO of Uber mentioning, oh yeah, everybody should own, nobody needs to own a car. They can all just take Ubers. No thanks. Hold on, something. Oh, it sounded like something. Couldn't hear myself. All right, but yes, ownership. Own it. I'm trying to think, what else can't you own no more that you got to keep paying for? It's a dirty game. It's rigged. It's rigged. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to own nothing. And you got to pay taxes every year. You don't even, like, oh, we live in America. You pay taxes to stay here. If you don't pay taxes, you're going to jail. So you got to, everything costs. Everything costs. Ownership costs. But that's okay. We're going to pay the price and we're going to keep owning what we need to own. That's what we're going to do. All right. Moving along. Do I have any news? Tonight? Let's see what's going on. Speaking to the nation, Trump, I'm fixing Biden's mess in a chart filled with prime. Ugh. No, we don't want to hear that. No good. We don't want to hear nothing about Trump. Trump's in news every single day. We don't want to hear nothing about that. FTC probing Instacart AI tooling after being caught charging customers different prices. Yes. We need to talk about this. This is a problem. This is becoming a problem. FTC probing Instacart's AI pricing tool after being caught charging customers different prices. Yep, people have been mentioning this lately. The agency, wait, am I sharing? I am not sharing. Wait. Boom. There we go. So, okay. So the agencies has set up the company a civil investigation demanding sources. FTC seeking information about Instacart Eversight pricing tool and one of the sources. The software which allows retailers on Instacart to experiment with different prices using AI drew criticism after recent studies show different prices for different shoppers got different prices for the same groceries on Instacart. I wouldn't use that stuff, but hey, that's on y'all. The Federal Trade Commission has a long-standing policy in not condemning and on any potential ongoing investigations. Bottom line is they're scamming people, changing the prices and making some people pay more, people pay less. I don't think you're supposed to be doing that, but that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. Oh man, sure the girl, we're in jail. 100 recalls over. Recall. We can do recall stories. Let's see. Honda recalls over 70,000 U.S. vehicles over loss of brake function that can increase crash risk. Honda is recalling more than 70,000 vehicles over lost brakes function, which could increase the risk of crash injury, safety regulators said Wednesday. The recall certain 2016-2020 Honda Acura LX, which, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the automaker said contained brake fluid may also cause seal inside the brake master cylinder to swell and deform, triggering internal brake fluid leak, which can impair fracture. Yep, I'm right. You don't need that. You don't need master fluid leaking. Lose the pressure to your brakes. Can't stop. That's dangerous. Fix it. Fix it now. But why is this not big time news? This is dangerous. This affects a lot of people. New Mexico AG gripped Instagram for claiming PG rating system for text Kids dangerous, criminal. Stop. Let's see. New Mexico Attorney General, I'm assuming, rips Instagram for claiming PG-13 rating system protects kids. Danger promotional stunt. New Mexico Attorney General Robert Tremech ripped Mark Zuckerberg's Meta. Oh, New Mexico. Man, I thought this guy was another country. I'm cool. That's not who I want to hear from. Ben Jerry's. In battle. American Airlines unveils luxury premium upgrades to win back customer. Yeah, that looks basic. The breakdown of years of cost-cutting and volume-driven strategy has been dubbed a customer regime. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Played by executives. It will focus on high-end products and loyalty perks, including privacy suites and long-haul jets, refreshed regional cabins, and richer credit card benefits. The urgency is clear. American trails rivals profitability and customer satisfaction. Tensions, labor unions are rising. Investors turn to bearish, sending American stock price down 6% this year, while Delta have risen 20%. It's very nice. Very nice. I thought I flew with them, but I did not fly with them. I thought I did. Flew with somebody else. But it was a good time. I flew with Philippine Airlines recently to Thailand. And would I fly with them again? Maybe. I'm not gonna say I loved it because I did not love it. I liked it. It was cool. So no complaints. No complaints. So ownership, and the thing is, people don't even realize this stuff is happening. It's just happening right before your eyes. You're not thinking about, dang, I used to be able to pay for that one time and come back and get it a couple years later. No, you used to be able to own Windows XP, Microsoft Windows 95, all that stuff. You used to own it. Now you gotta pay for it. So that's what we got. That's the Wednesday rant, ladies and gentlemen. We got a shorter show tonight. I got a comedy show, as you guys know. Got to get out here, get on the stroll. But we're going to make up for it tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're back live. We're more cheap, not broke. And the things that you can own them. Pay for them. So you don't have to keep paying for things 6, 7, 1,000 times. You don't want to do that. That's the beautiful thing about ownership. You don't have to keep paying for it over and over. So we get opportunities, whatever that thing may be. If it makes logical sense, pay for it, own it, don't buy it again. All right? Everybody, we'll see you all tomorrow night on Cheap Not Broke Live. Take care.